Welcome to the Church of Mabus radio show. It's 7:12 p.m. Central. Of course, we have the normal weird stuff with shows being deleted from YouTube now for some reason. I don't know why. I guess that's the new thing. It was usually Facebook, but I re-added them, but it just said they got deleted again. So I don't understand unless those channels are gone. So I don't know what's going on.
There's a couple of channels that we have on the network, and I forget which exactly two they are, but the chat show that we do on Saturdays, me and Joe and a few others, it got pinged for a third-party violation, third-party video usage violation. So two of them aren't working. So that's probably what the problem is there.
Okay. All right, you're listening to United Public Radio, 107.7 FM New Orleans. We're back from vacation.
Yeah.
And we got Jay McNicholas here with us and Marc Heller, the return of Marc Heller. And good to have you here, Marc. Tonight we're going to talk about World War III and paranormal and horror. And first off, I've been doing some scheduling. I'll just go through some of that. Bobby Nash next week. He helped do the Kolchak new book called Eras that's coming out from Monstrous Press. James Aquilon. He's in that book. So that we're going to
I've not seen it, no, but I did watch. I started watching the first Kolchak last night. So I'm gonna have to. It's been so long. I mean, those shows came out when I was like 13. And they were on like late night on Channel 20 in Washington, D.C. And you had to be up at like 2 o'clock in the morning to see the show.
Yeah, they're weird. I was rewatching them. I want to finish them. But Bobby Nash, I didn't know him, but I saw him on Facebook. He threw this whole thing at a library on how to draw comic books. No one showed up. So he's there. I'm sure embarrassing, and I'm sure it was sad and depressing. It would be for me.
With his pants caught down. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, and I saw him there, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to invite this dude on the show. So he's in this book. This book's really big and cool. So just things like that happen. It's the way the world is. But hopefully this gives him some new life from that tragedy. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to restore broken dreams.
We got a good bit of viewers, so yeah, maybe we can breathe some life into his authorship.
It's a way to help. It's a way to help someone. And then January 23rd, Eric Werner, an old friend of mine from the first days of Church of Mabus.
Oh, wow.
And he was, I don't know if he still is affiliated with the Church of Satan. I don't really know, but he was a spokesman for it. So I don't know if he still is. We'll ask him, but he writes a lot. He's Dark Moon Press, a lot of weird books on vampires and weird stuff. But he's coming on next week, and then Johnny Zoltar Wham will be here for that. Hopefully you can sit in on that if you want, Jay, if you're bored or something. I'm going to try to test the music out, see if he can jam and make up for the last time.
Yeah, but that was it. That was Mercury retrograde, I think, that was affecting us then.
Yeah. Check this out. There's other interviews. I'll read those another time. But March 13th, Todd Blackwood, who is doing a comic with Warren Ellis, which is a big comic personality. He's coming on. Another weird one I'm working on that's kind of weird. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I got a publicity email for Frank Miller's new book, and it said if you want to interview him, let us know. So I asked. We'll see what happens. So we'll try. I tried.
Miller.
That happens. That would really shock me. Yeah, if it happens.
Dude, we could definitely geek out. He's huge into. I mean, he did a lot of Batman, didn't he? Is it the same Frank Miller?
Yeah, he's known for Batman, and a lot of the modern era film stuff is based off of his interpretation.
Absolutely.
But I don't know if it's going to pan out, but I'm trying. At least I know they'll at least send me his book. If it don't,
I'll keep my toes crossed.
But we'll see what happens. But good to have you here, Marc. Right now, it just seems like we're all about to die. Every day just seems like worse and worse. Like
not as bad as it seems.
Yeah, it's I went through a rough period myself in wonderful Las Vegas. I'm just happy to be out of there, and I was just like, oh God, I dread every morning getting up and turning on the TV. I'm like, okay, what's gonna
Yeah,
go to pot
what's
next?
falling? Yeah, it's always like you wait for the next shoe to fall, and there's another one, and then another one, and another one. And
Yeah.
it seems almost, I don't know, maybe like he's got like this 4-year plan where he's got one big shoe drop every 6 months. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm starting to think though that if he's sitting on anything like super juicy though, that's the good thing. Is they seem to be just rapid fire, like releasing everything, like they're like the little kid like telling on the parents or something. So that's the one thing I am hoping for is because if there's anything out there that they're not supposed to share, now might be the time that we might get dropped out. So
Yeah, and well, the big thing is what's going on with the Venezuelan tankers? Are those Russian? Because the way some of these right wing media outlets show on Rumble is that he's messing with Russian stuff and pissing off Putin. I don't
yeah,
know.
the one in up north. So they went and they stopped the one tanker like around the North Sea, I think even, or something. It was all the way up north. They stopped it there. They boarded it with a helicopter. The Russian tanker had an escort with Russian ships. For some reason, then the Russian ships broke away from it, and then that's when they just boarded the plane and they took the oil tanker, and it was a Russian tanker.
It actually they clarified that after they took it, it was flying under a false Russian flag.
Right.
So I don't know the actual nationality of the boat, but it was trying to run as a Russian, and it may have may have fleeted up with the other Russian boats in the area to try to hide itself. But I think they knew where it was. The powerful thing about those is that the oil on it, even though it might be pirated oil, the boat itself has a transponder just like any plane does. So naval maritime authorities know where it is at any one given time, especially because when it has oil in it, those things are worth $300 or $400 million a pop, full of oil.
Right.
So they are Russian.
No, it was not Russian. False. It was running under a false
They
Russian.
were in the Russian's name or something, like licensed to them or something. They said something. I don't know. I mean, I'm reading this stuff from X22 Report and these right wing jerk off radio shows, and they're saying it is, but I don't know.
I mean, the big deal is so the oil coming from Venezuela, the diluent is coming from Russia, and then the oil goes to China, and Citgo, which was a big thing once upon a time, they were Venezuela as well. So they and Russia are like two of the biggest. It's not the Middle East is not really the biggest oil exporter. Venezuela and Russia are really.
Yeah. But I mean, it seems like that's something that could cause World War III, what we're doing right now.
Yeah, when you mess with oil and other people are involved, it doesn't help. I mean, it seems to be the common denominator. But
sooner or later, he's going to drop a bomb. I think something.
I don't think. If anything, I think it's going to. I mean, what's the repercussions of this? I don't think Trump's going to be the aggressor in a war. I think someone's going to attack us because of something like this. Right now, I think we're okay, but if he uses military tactics to take over Greenland, then yes, I could say then we're on the cusp of World War III.
Yeah, we're in trouble if he goes into Greenland, but there's still, I think, implications because the significance of taking Maduro is they were using defense technology from Russia and China, which we thwarted to get in there, and then we significantly impacted their economy because I don't think the boats are going to China anymore with oil now. I'm sure.
Like, you're not. And the drug traffic is trickled down to about 3% of boat traffic comes from South America up here with drugs on it. So it's a remarkable cutoff of funding for and it's a large cartel. I mean, Colombia is part of it. Colombia said that they're essentially that they're in a de facto state of war with America right now, and that they're willing to fire aggressive shots. So
I
I
thought
wonder
more of
how
the
that's
drugs
gonna
were coming
play
from the
out.
Middle East, though, not from the Venezuela. I thought the majority of the drugs were coming from like Afghanistan and whatnot.
No,
Not,
no. So Colombia was using Maduro's network to um, funnel most of their cocaine through Venezuela through his boats to America. It was their fastest way. Now they have no way except for across land, and of course, the borders are closed pretty much for the most part. So that's another 97% decrease in drug flow from that venue from land. So they're screwed. I mean, and their only way they're getting it in is by flying it and dropping it off like they used to in the 80s. Colombia used to fly most of their product, whether it was weed or cocaine, they would fly it in bundles in like a Cessna.
Mina
Essentially,
airfield.
they'd fly over the tail of the Keys in Florida, and then just drop it for people that they had on site to go by boat and pick it up.
Well, and there was the whole Mina airfield thing too. So
And I know Putin just threatened Britain today. He's always
nice.
threatening something, but he just threatened.
Well, and he's been doing that though. I mean, he's threatened London at least 5 or 6 times with a nuclear attack
Yeah.
in the last 2 years.
Here's what I think. I think
Yeah.
Penny Bradley had something going on when she said that she knew someone that Trump was in some weird play about and he was the beast of the apocalypse. And I don't know if she meant like a play, like the play, or like on a stage, or like a weird Illuminati wanker thing. I think it's a little bit of both. But anyway, she showed a map, and it was the Rome Club of 300, and that map was divided up into 3 hemispheres with China, Russia, and us. And in ours, we had Greenland. So somehow, if you look up the Rome Club of 300, they have a wanker map that shows Greenland as ours, and they're dividing up the hemispheres between basically 3 Dr. Evils. And I think they're trying to do it. And who knows, they may even be all in on it together. And just this is a whole, theatrics on a lot of different levels.
Jeffrey, that's actually a fairly good segue right there. You may be onto something. There, because there has been lots of talk of, globalizing the economy, globalizing military, globalizing government control. One government, one planet, one species, one, all of that kind of stuff. And so, I mean, it may be, maybe they're trying to, unify under one flag.
Well, they're dealing with that whole issue right now in Europe with that. What's that universal ID, or what do they call that? It's in Europe. Do you know what I'm talking about? That they're all they have an ID system where it's all kind of like a universal ID.
Yeah, like the Beast ID, the ID.
Oh, kind of like what we have here, like the real ID. You have to.
No, but it's even more over there. Like it's like a complete database, and I think like the AI has all their information and everything. It's like a really, I forget what it's called though, but they're doing something overseas, and
It's
everybody's
like
been
ID
worried.
something like
Yeah.
something. I know ID is a part of the name, but yeah.
But it's kind of like the start to that universal system that everybody's been afraid of. Is that kind of like one system, and you have to have the ID, and you have to be in the database, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And today, the post office, the United States Post Office, sent out a letter. And if you look it up, I know I saw it on that Nino Rodriguez's channel, which of course he's a political to the right dude, but a boxer. But anyway, he was talking about it on YouTube. I didn't listen to it. I just shared it at work. But anyway, basically they sent out this letter to all their employees saying you got to have your ID. And basically we're living in war times. There are pandemics, epidemics. It went on, and how they're going to still do the mail, but it may be getting worse. Like it was a real creepy letter. You can find it online, but it was pretty creepy. Definitely apocalyptic for sure. But the point I'm at with politics, I really don't like either side. I don't like Trump. He gets on my nerves. I like Bernie for insurance reasons. And the thing I'm seeing with the Democrats, their candidates are absolute pussies. It's like, who's gonna beat this person? You need George Clooney.
They're like the nerds that get beat up by the jocks in high school. That's what they are.
Freaking George Clooney or something. You're gonna have to find somebody because y'all suck.
But they have very few good candidates for a presidential run in 28. Shapiro has been one that people have talked about, and now they're talking about Fetterman now. Even he's been doing some fairly good across the aisle work with both sides. But the thing is that you're right, Jeff. They're committing political suicide. Most of them, most of their vocal candidates are just so idiots that it's amazing.
It's
And
almost like they're
someone threw up.
complacent in it.
I don't
Like
know if this is true or not,
to
but
it.
someone threw up a meme on Facebook that we might be looking at a Kamala Harris AOC ticket, and some of the guys were saying, it's the Dumb and Dumber ticket, and I'm like, no, it's the lit and the lost ticket. But if they do that, they're going to lose. I guarantee you. If they put Kamala Harris and AOC as president and vice president, they're not going to win.
I'm not against a woman running, but they need.
But that woman, I want Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura. He's a little kooky, but I'll take him. Compared to this, I'll take him.
I don't think people would vote for him. It's and they may or may not have learned their lesson. I don't think
he's running. I don't think he's going to run anyway.
No.
Is there anyone that you would want to run? Because I can't think of anyone. And him, I'm even like, I'll take it, but it's better than this.
Well, the other one they're pushing is Newsom, but
yeah, I would not want to see him. He's not going to win either. Josh Shapiro, I think Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, but I think he's afraid of the office. And I think now he's in charge of Pennsylvania, which is like, I think nationally it's like the 7th or 8th largest state in the United States. On the East Coast, this side of Mississippi, it's like the 3rd or 4th largest state on this side of the economy of the planet, and it's a big state. And I think he's overwhelmed with it. I don't think he feels he's up to it, but I do think if he does this term as governor and maybe a second one, I think maybe then he might give himself the chops to go for presidency, but I think he's afraid of the job.
Is he a Democrat or Republican? I don't even know.
He's a Democrat, but I think he's a good candidate. I think he's a good dude. I just think he's afraid, and I think he's overwhelmed right now. I mean, it's just
really blame him.
The amount of heat that the Democrats have been getting, and plus the amount of I guess you could call it just the amount of popularity that Jet Fetterman has gotten just from his, across the aisles, work.
I think his own party would sabotage him, though. To be honest,
they might. Yeah, they did the same thing to Biden. I don't see why they wouldn't do that to him. But he's one of the better candidates that I can see on their ticket, on their side of the board.
Maybe Mark Kelly too, but you have to see a lot more from him. But on paper, at least he's got nothing like crazy going on.
Yeah, I just don't know. There needs someone with some energy.
That's the problem, and they don't have it. And it's just whether you like the other guys or not, they know how to get on camera and get everybody's attention and make a scene, and it's just.
That's part of Newsom's popularity. Is not only he's not an unattractive person. People have called him an attractive man, but he also he knows. I mean, he's Hollywood. He knows how to play to the camera. He knows exactly which way to point his body so he looks the best on camera, and he knows how to talk and project his voice. He doesn't need a microphone. He's like the modern day typical to he'd be. I don't want to compare him to Ronald Reagan, but he's similar in that respect because he has, some sort of professional training where he knows how to work the audience.
Verbally, he is definitely doing what it would take to topple Trump, but I don't know if he can run the rest of the game. Verbally,
I don't think he can. Look at his state. I mean,
he's funny. A verbal game, it could do it. He needs someone.
It's not that. It really isn't that funny. Look at the two people that have tried for VP in the past. Tim Walz, look at his state. It's in complete chaos right now. They're rioting in the streets because a woman tried to run over a peace officer and he shot her dead. They're in complete chaos right now.
When I was saying funny, I mean Newsom's funny with the funny stuff he says about Trump.
Well, he's actually not that funny. But the fact is that Tim Walz actually ran for VP. His state's in complete chaos. Governor Newsom, we know he's going to try to make a bid for running president 2028. Look at his state; it's falling apart. Almost all of his policies have come to flat out. His main big thing was the magnetic train, the bullet train. They spent $5 billion. All the money has been rescinded, and they were forced to pay it back to their suppliers. And he says we're going to do it on our own now. I mean, he's a complete failure. I don't see him becoming president. Being any good or any better than Biden.
People, though, the problem is that a lot of the stuff that he has as platforms is alienating, and the Democratic Party has to learn how to handle the stuff that they want to stay with that alienates people. I don't necessarily think that that stuff is wrong, but the Republican Party, Trump especially, has weaponized the whole LGBTQ thing. They've weaponized the ICE argument, and the problem is they're making a compelling argument on television, and there's nobody on the other side making a compelling argument, and then they keep making him look stupid. That makes it hard for him to run for president because all they got to do is they pick the issue and they say, well, if you vote for this guy and he's president, these guys are gonna, take over the country, and then all of a sudden everybody gets upset and they don't vote for that person. And that's the real issue the Democratic Party has right now, is they've picked a certain set of issues that at least half the country don't agree on, and are hard stop, like, don't agree on.
Well, but they're also fomenting the kind of rioting that's happening in the streets right now on the ICE agents. And in fact, they've talked about it on almost all the news platforms, the NBC, CBS, you pick one. Biden, Obama, Clinton, every president post or before Trump, and including Trump on his first one, have deployed ICE to defend our borders. And so it's not a new thing. It's just that this is more of an in your face.
Now they've never done, like, I'm in Chicago, and
it's a more in your face kind of a tactic at this point, but they're not doing anything that is against the law. They're actually doing what the laws are stating. They're going after people that have been here.
It's a gray area. It is and it isn't. And in some regards, like what I feel, but maybe, and I've heard arguments otherwise, I felt what they did in Chicago borderline violated posse comitatus, to be honest. You have to buy into that there's a national security threat to be warranted for the military to be active in a city like they were in Chicago and Portland and everywhere. Certainly when people are driven to riot, that necessitates it. But, I've seen situations where we have a certain towns where there's like little small towns in the area here where there's like a lot of restaurants and stuff, and then they'll just come in with these big SUVs. They got their masks on and they got their guns, and they're running into restaurants, and they're pulling out busboys. I mean, and maybe some of them are gang members or something, I don't know. But when you're sitting there on the street and you're eating lunch, and all of a sudden ICE comes in the middle of the restaurant and starts pulling people out of the restaurant, it's a lot different than what I think Obama did, unless you correct me and those guys. I don't think that's quite what they did.
Well, no, they did. It just wasn't. They did the same exact thing. They just wasn't in your face. Wasn't on TV as much as this. Number one. Number two. What a lot of people don't realize is they aren't randomly picking people up and like randomly picking restaurants and just driving up. They have. No, they're not. They're driving up, yes, but it's not random. They had this place targeted. They know those places. Oh no, already.
They knew where they were going. They had a purpose.
They're not going to go into a place without having a good knowledge of the interior layout of the place, exits and entrances all around, and they're going to have them surrounded as soon as they get on site. But what's happening is people think they're not doing due process. The only reason they're going after these people is because these people have already been through their due process. Almost all of them have been to the point where they have been given orders to leave the country, and they're picking. Then what we're doing is picking them up, and it's in everybody's face, and it pisses everyone off.
I saw the video of the girl that was shot, and she was doing things that she probably shouldn't have been, but she didn't deserve to have her face blown off. That seemed a bit severe for sure. And I see the way people are reacting to it. It's almost like they're happy about it. Like I see statuses on Facebook that are pro-ICE, pro-shooting this girl, and it's sick. And it's sick on many different levels. And ICE is acting like a bunch of Nazi fags. So I don't really know what's going on with everything as far as the rules and the regulations, but what they're doing. I mean, I just talked to a guy that's Republican. His dad works for the Pentagon, Republican. He said ICE is the Gestapo, and he's right wing. So, I mean, it's just he's
just on the extreme right. Yeah, they're not using the Gestapo tactics. If they were using Gestapo tactics, they would be grabbing people randomly off the street and saying, "Give me your papers," and if you don't have them, you're going away.
Do you think they're not doing that? Do you think that girl deserved to die for what?
She hit the police officer number one. She drove away for one thing. Yes. And
She
he had
deserved to die. Yes, she deserved to die. Is that what
no,
you
she
just
deserved to die. But he has the right to shoot at her because she hit him with his vehicle.
Why not
She
shoot
hit him
at her car? Why not shoot a tire?
He did hit the car.
I don't know, man. I don't think
her face through the window. He like put it right in her
he shot her in the head. He blew her brains out. I don't know if that was really necessary. I mean, you want to say that you want to shoot her to like neutralize her or something and then get out, but it's also weird because now they just released another video like an hour or two ago. He has his cell phone out, so he has.
No, that's his chest camera. That's his chest camera.
Oh, his camera. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I didn't know what it was, but
camera.
I don't know. It's. I've seen this stuff personally because they're doing this a lot heavily here, and there's a lot that you don't see on the news, that you don't see on camera. It's very unsettling because it's not like, the way it's being done is it's all an optics thing. There's two people telling two different sides of the story, and when you're a simple bystander like me and you're like driving down a part of town and all of a sudden a bunch of SUVs pull up and a bunch of people come out with masks, irregardless of the reasoning and everything behind it, it's bad. And then we've had businesses that have had to actually close, and you may say, well, that's fine, they were hiring illegals. I don't know if they're illegal or not. The other problem is some of the people that are getting pulled aren't people who are here illegally necessarily. There's ongoing, what do you call it? I don't understand the process because I just don't know it fully enough, but I know that you have a lot of steps that you have to go through legally. And in some cases, there are people who overextended a visa or something like that, and then they didn't get the paperwork done because the government works slow as hell, and those people are getting nailed too. And these are people who are working, they're paying taxes, as far as I understand. They're paying rent, they're paying their bills, they're just waiting for whatever the technicality is, and those people are getting pulled too. And I don't know if that's necessary.
I understand being more safe about the kind of stuff, but they're just taking it to extremes. I mean, there was one thing where they had a Native American girl, they're about to ship her off to Brazil or something in a camp or something.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl's like born in America. I even saw a thing, and I don't know if he's going to do it or if it happened, but something about he was considering like revoking birth citizenship or something for like natives.
Yeah, he's working on it.
For Native Americans, he's going to revoke their birthright citizenship.
No. Like if an illegal alien crosses the border and has a child on on American soil, that it becomes a birthright citizen. Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me if he did it. Custard mother.
He's trying. Or he's going to try.
But anyway, it wouldn't surprise me. It seems like Darth Vader's taking over the White House. It seems like. Yeah, sorry, but the ICE is the stormtroopers.
It's very unsettling to see it in person, not on the news. There's no narrative playing in front of it, but it's really unsettling. I don't know. I have a problem with, for example, whatever the actual truth is, and we may never know with this woman. I don't think it's necessary for politicians and our president to demonize this woman. She does have at least one, if not, I think, three children. Irregardless of what she did or didn't do, this kid's going to see that for the rest of his life. He's going to see he's going to see video when he's older, and these kids are going to be like, oh yeah, and the president's going to be saying that his mom's a terrorist.
Well, that's what Kristi Noem is saying, but and what that's up for debate. But she had been interfering with their operations all day, and when they asked her to pull over and get out of the car for an arrest, and she tries to escape and flee from arrest, they don't have the right to shoot her once she's fleeing. But if she attacks and she hit the officer with her car, he's allowed to shoot. That's the way police tactics work.
Well, they're still going to see if he's going to come up on charges, so they may make an example out of him or something.
Well, it's still under investigation. Yeah, he's definitely off the streets right now. He's on paid leave until
I just think it was overly severe. I mean, and that's me trying to look at all sides. I mean, it just seemed like he just stuck his gun in there and unloaded it right.
Okay, so the problem is
it seems like he just went, hey, right in her
No.
face.
That's not true. The problem is that these men are involved in lawful
Mom
activities.
said Jay's
that
a
are-
liar and was yelling, Jay's a liar. My mother, Jay, quit it.
They're involved in their activities, and it is illegal for anyone to interfere with it. And that's what she had been doing. So she feels that she's, legally allowed to interfere with their operations. She's not. And the unfortunate result was her death. And that was a choice that she made of her own decision to interfere with their operations all morning long.
But they said that there's been a conflict on that. There's some people are saying it was all morning long. There's other people who are witnesses who claim that she dropped her kid off to school, and then her wife said, "Go check this thing out and go see what's going on over there." And then she just drove over there. I don't know the timelines and everything because I've been piecing it together because I've been working a lot the last 2 days. But it doesn't. There's two different versions of the story. One of which says that she was there all day, and the other one is that she just her wife said, "Go check out what's going on," and it was around the corner from where they lived.
Yeah, that's
and
not
then
true. They've been
she
following
went
them
over
all
there
day.
and then interfered. Okay.
No, they've been
Well,
following
I
them all
got
day.
one question for Jay. Did Trump blow Bubba, and who's Bubba?
Yeah, who's Bubba?
I have no
That's all
idea.
I want to know if Trump
Yes,
blew
who's
Bubba. Because the Mark Epstein emails say, does Putin have a video
Bubba.
of Trump blowing Bubba? Is Bubba Bill Clinton? Is Bubba Ghislaine Maxwell's horse? Is Bubba some other actor they're hanging out with?
I have
Does
no
Trump
idea.
suck wiener? That's what I want to know.
Well, we still have 99% of the files that haven't been released, so maybe in those unreleased ones, we can find out who Bubba is.
I think it's the horse. It might be Bill Clinton.
Because-
It's hard. I don't know. It's one of. I had to mute my mom. She said Trump screws children, but that's probably true too. There's definitely creepy stuff.
Mhm.
Anyway, there's the court thing in Florida that alleges that Trump is just as guilty as Epstein, and there's a big court case. Of course, the witnesses and stuff are probably dead or in body bags, but we've seen the court papers about Trump and Epstein raping a 13-year-old, and the lady like died or whatever or something. So there's crazy stuff, and I don't. People in politics, higher up power people, I think they are. I don't think they all are, but I think a lot of them are pedos. They really are. They have their little meetings. They say they have their little meetings and initiations, and supposedly they video you doing it and keep it as blackmail. Like there's something like that with Trump and Putin, and that's come up so many times.
Somebody's got a video of Trump doing something. You absolutely 100%. He did something. We don't know what it is. But that's been long discussed, that potentially multiple different foreign intelligences have video or something. And it's when I was in Vegas and I briefly worked a little bit in the entertainment industry, they have these two problems that they have. One is where you have people don't get surrounded by the best people, and those people are there to take advantage of them, and they're there to help kind of set them up for these sort of things. And then you also just have people who have tons of money and no one's saying no to them, and it's just like, well, is it wrong to have sex with this 15-year-old? Yes, but I can do it, so maybe I'll do it. And I'm not saying to a specific incident that I saw per se, but I started realizing when I was around a lot of these people that some of those conspiracy theories aren't exactly conspiracy theories. There's really some dark stuff that happens to people who are at a significant level of wealth and power.
There's stuff
I agree with you on that 100%. But I think if there was evidence in those Epstein files that would incriminate and put Trump in jail, the Democrats would have used that because they had control of that files for 4 or 5, 6 years before.
They redacted it all and blacked most of it out. We don't even know. We blacked out.
Yeah, that's what the AG is redacting the victims' names. But still, go back 6, 7 years. The Democrats had this information. They did not want Trump to win another presidency. If they had the information in those Epstein files back then when they were in control of it to put him in jail, he'd be in jail. So there is a blackmail video, they're hanging on to it.
No. The reason why that's happening, if they ever release this, is that thing's a landmine. There's people on both sides who are toast. Like what you're saying with Bill Clinton is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be donors. There's going to be people who are very integral to the Democratic Party. It's not going to be just Trump, Trump, Trump. If they ever release that there's so many people probably involved on both sides that everybody's kind of like in a weird game of chicken where they want to like release it, but then it's like, if I release it, this guy gets exposed, and this guy is giving this much money to the party, and this guy is involved in this and this and that. I mean, it's a whole level of problem because we don't know who's involved, but I guarantee if that thing comes out, there's going to be some names of people that are, it's not going to be a good thing. It's going to be bad, not just as a Trump or Republican thing. It's going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
What about Stephen Hawkins hanging out on Epstein Island?
Oh my God, he was like a big time pervert.
I was like, that dude's hanging out on Epstein Island. Man, I mean, I
never really cared much for him anyway, to be honest.
And look what they did to Bill Gates. They caught him with that Russian girl, and then he made him give them money, and his wife found out and left him.
Yeah.
You got I mean, look at the people that we're talking about. Like, you got Stephen Hawking, you got Bill Gates. I mean, it's not just Republican people that are like involved. You've got a member of British royalty that was heavily involved in it.
There's pictures of Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, all kinds of what you call not what's the guy married his daughter, Woody Allen. Pictures of him.
Woody Allen.
Yeah, Woody Allen's in those. There's several Democratic leaders, and then the one guy that's tied to Trump was like, I think he originally was Bill Clinton's campaign manager, and then office or White House office staff manager, one of those two. He's in a lot of those pictures as well. Barrington or something like that.
Yeah, what I say to people is I think that everybody is in an unenviable position. They need to release this, but I think that there is very dangerous implications for both Democrats and Republicans, and there's people that are getting protected, and that's why neither party released it. I mean, I don't think it's so definitively against just Trump that the Democrats were in a position where they could have released it. I'm sure there's people they don't want exposed that would go down with them.
Yeah, and I don't. If there was stuff in there that Trump could go to jail for, I don't think he would let it come out, even though he has the power to. Right now, as president, he can't be, prosecuted. But at the end of his term, he can, give himself a pardon for any crimes past, present, and future. So he's basically immune if his name is in those files right now. But I don't see that being an impetus for him keeping them back. I think his main reason for keeping them back was that it was mostly going to hurt a lot of Democrats, probably a few. Like, I agree with you, Mark, maybe not as on the same number, but hurt a lot of Democrats, a few Republicans, and probably a lot of corporations and a lot of rich people and a lot of famous Hollywood people. Well,
you're dealing with donors too, and I mean,
that's what I mean by the corporations.
There's also you got these guys who are like major, like they're integral to like certain presidential campaigns. I guarantee you that there's some of those dudes have got to be in there. Then you got like really like major celebrities who, like Jack Nicholson, who is known to have had lots of problems. There's been alleged NDAs, lawsuits against him and stuff. He's probably in there too. Even though he's out of the public limelight, it's not good to have somebody like that just kind of exposed for that. There's just, it's going to be everywhere. I never expected the files to come out because there isn't like a quote unquote side that's clean from this. The one thing I will say, and I'm not typically supportive of Trump, is people. I met him before The Apprentice, and it was very interesting. But I understand what he's doing, and what I think people don't understand is Trump is very into movies and media and personalities. And a lot of what you see on camera is kind of, I personally believe, is theater. I think he says and does a lot of things that he doesn't mean, but he does it for the reaction, and he does it because he loves people going nuts and posting stuff online and everything, even the reaction that he doesn't. And I think that is problematic as he is. I think that a lot of stuff that's coming out of his mouth is absolute nonsense. I think that when we get into trouble with him is when he starts working with people who have the power to put some stuff that is frightening into motion. And that's when we get into trouble with him. But I think that he kind of always seemed to gravitate towards certain type of people. It would only be natural that he would want to have been around Epstein, because Epstein had lots of beautiful women around him. There's the whole Melania link to Epstein as well.
Well, they were both very rich. Yeah.
But I think that until it became a liability, there was a kind of, I could understand from the way that he functions and what you see with Trump that he would be interested in Epstein, being surrounded by all the money, being surrounded by all the women and all these powerful people wanting to be around him.
Did Melania come from Epstein? I've heard that.
Yes, and there was a lawsuit to try to stop that from saying, but there's actual photos, and there's like an actual paper trail that would insinuate that Melania did come from him.
Wouldn't surprise me. But my biggest thing with it all is he's just bores me to death. They all do, both sides, both of all of it does. But scary times. And it definitely, hopefully someone sooner or later is probably going to drop a nuke at some point. Hopefully we live past this year, because it definitely seems scary on many levels. But unless you have any other comments, we can start moving on to paranormal and horror. But one thing I wanted to say is, for people that may be tuning in from before it's news, is I don't really like either side. I like Bernie because of insurance reasons. But one thing that really gets my goat is, I'm someone who's been through UFO encounters. I've had some type of craft over multiple houses that I've lived at. I've had a type of being show up on multiple different levels and seen them with witnesses. These things are coming into our world, and the national security threat, whatever it is. And the way the government's acting, one minute they're like, oh, we took UFOs, here's some TikTok videos, wanker. And the next thing you know, the other side of the Pentagon's like, there's no alien life, there's nothing coming here. And they're doing the one hand doesn't know what the other's doing. They're idiots. That's why I don't like them. I've never liked them because of the Native American thing. But as far as UFOs, they're idiots. And I'm worried a foreign nation is going to pose as these UFOs if they're not already. And that's probably how they're going to exterminate us all.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if, next year we find out that these 3 Tic Tac videos were actually our own equipment that we were operating and doing test trials on over those areas. And that's what it turned out to be. They're so backwards that if our planet encountered alien beings, let's just say in an accident in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947, and they hiding it, and they have been hiding it, and killed and continue to kill people over the subject. That is the number one hugest scientific discovery of mankind that should have been released right then. Look, by the way, aliens crashed into the ground in Roswell just the other day. It's a criminal act. If our government is hiding that kind of information, it's time to take the government apart. And we're allowed to do that by the Constitution.
Has anybody seen that new documentary film that came out that everybody's been going crazy over? Was it Age of Disclosure?
It's Age of Disclosure. It's on Prime. It's $30 to rent. So I'm waiting for the price to drop a little bit before I go and watch it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I've been watching clips and stuff about that. I've been kind of curious because Marco Rubio's apparently extensively featured in there, and some other people and stuff. And I don't know if anybody had a read on that, or if that seems to maybe potentially be moving the needle at all or not.
Torrents. Anyway, something weird. There's a guy that just liked this heart above their chat, and his name's Jason Berry. Does anyone know who that is? Because I would be curious who that Jason Berry is, because probably not the same Jason Berry, But when I had my UFO encounters, I lived with a roommate named Jason Berry, and he saw a silent helicopter over the house that made no noise and shot off as a military dude waved at us and shot off, and there was UFO stuff. Of course, he was probably really stoned out of his mind and on drugs at the time. He probably, some of these people you'll ask later, like, I don't remember that. I was like, some of them do remember it, but some of them, they just act like they're mind wipes. So he might be one of the mind wipes, because I asked him later about it and he didn't know what I was talking about. But anyway, it was just weird. His name popped up and I was like, surely that ain't the same Jason Berry, but probably not. There's probably more than one Jason Berry, I'm sure, like Agent Smith kind of situation. But but anyway, Mark, tell us what's going on. What are you doing? Paranormal now? Conventions or something?
A little bit. So I have this. I stopped doing a lot of stuff when I left Vegas just because there was a lot of issues and drama, and I don't want to get into all the sad stories. So we started doing some film festival stuff, and now I had trouble with getting venues locked in Chicago, so we are starting to do stuff in Hollywood, Florida, and we're doing a kind of small, kind of like test event, which is like a horror film, like Valentine's themed festival in February. We have a great venue, and we have a multi-year plan. And my hope is everything goes well enough. In February, we want to do some paranormal programming, and we want to be able to show some stuff. I want to kind of I'm going to be a little bit more selective about who I use work with, hopefully, but we want to focus on what I would call, genuine paranormal investigation, and not like some of the sensationalist stuff that's out there. I went to a convention and they had all these people, but it was all like the people who were, playing characters, and I don't want to ever specifically call anybody into question, but there's definitely, as you know, from who you know in the industry, there's certainly more credible. There's certain people that are a lot more credible than others in the field, and I wanted to try to create something where we could kind of focus on that, do some programming. I'm working on a deal right now for distribution to stream like on Tubi and stuff. So I have the ability, if we make the relationships, to help people get content online on streaming networks and stuff as well. But immediate goal, I really want to get some sort of a paranormal event together, 1 or 2 days in Hollywood. We want to show different footage, have people physically there. The space we have has a large vendor hall, so we could have people kind of vending stuff. And that's kind of in the works. I'm trying to put it together now, so I'm really hopeful for that. So.
And where's it going to be at? Chicago?
Hollywood,
no,
Florida.
It's going to be in Hollywood, Florida.
Oh,
Hollywood,
okay.
Florida.
Yeah, you told me that before. I'm talking to other people in the house with me. I have like a whole house full of people, so I have to mute it and trying to focus. And
I want to do more in Chicago, but Chicago is very heavily gate kept, and we have been kind of fighting with the venues over the last year. They want to work with who they want to work with, and anybody else are like, "Oh, you're welcome to use our theater. Well, that'll be $3,000 for 50 seats." And then it's like, "Okay, well, thank you, and have a nice day." So it just kind of. I had a friend in South Florida. I talked to him. I was talking about all the issues we were having with the venues here in Chicago. He introduced me to this theater. It's a great place. It's got an arcade as well. It's called Flippers. They got an arcade and a movie theater. And Jeff, the owner, is an amazing guy, and he was open to collaborating and working with us in a way that would make sense. So, and I have the complete freedom to do, programming without interference from him or anything. So we're going to do some film festivals. We're going to do some paranormal programming, just kind of all starting to get in the works now.
Cool.
And when are you expecting to do the Hollywood, Florida? It's weird because a guy named Maxim Furick, a guy that y'all may want to look into, was trying to get me to do a big conference and make one, which I'm not going to because I know it's a big pain in the ass. I don't have the strength to do it or the money. Mm-hmm. But he was like, you should throw a conference there in the Panhandle of Florida. Da, 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 da. And he was just telling me that, so I could probably hook you up with him if it, when things get more concrete or whatever.
And when I have a date and everything's secured, I'd love to have you come down and participate as well. I'd love to have the Church of Mabus be a part of it if you can. So
How
Of course, I
far
would
is
want
that
you
from
there.
here? I'd have to look, see how far that is. It's like
It's probably a
Florida's
day
weird.
drive for me, but it's
Florida's
not
weird.
undoable.
Florida's weird. It's like you can, oh, I got to go down south, and you look, and it's like 12 hours away.
It's about 3 hours from Orlando.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah,
So,
If that
it's
helps.
at least a day drive for me.
what are some people that you're wanting there? What are some people you're looking into?
I haven't looked yet. I've been just kind of I've been working on this event on the 7th, and then I have it just waiting. My partner in the events has some local guys here that he's been talking to. I'm going to be bad with names, but like I just kind of wanted to, get the event in the 7th done, sit down, and then start strategizing and start reaching out to people. I want to get this first event done, though. I want to execute an event. I want to make sure that all the kinks are out, so that when we do this, there's no potential for issues. So, and there's no problems right now with the festival that we're having it, but it's very deliberately a very small 1-day 6-hour event with 50 seats in the smallest venue, because we're just kind of like, okay, let's put an event down here, let's see how it goes, and then from there I can learn, and then when I can start doing the other stuff I want to do. So
Very cool. And so, what's been going on with comics? Have you been still purchasing them, or have you taken a hold from
yeah,
it?
and I am co-publishing books through my company Alpha Comics. Our last book out was something called Legends of the Stargazers. It's the sexier kind of like Lady Death, bad girl kind of book stuff. But we had a Jade Warriors book. If you look up, it's under my the publisher's name, David Campiti, and it's the company's Alpha Comics. His company's Glass House Graphics. So I've been doing that. I've been reading a little bit, not as much as I normally do, just because I've been kind of busy and stuff. But I've been following, been kind of interested on the new take of Batman. And I don't know if you've seen Absolute Batman.
Yes,
No,
I'm familiar with it.
I haven't seen it. Absolute Batman? No.
It's a new Batman by Scott Snyder, and it's a part of the Absolute universe of DC. And I know one thing: some of those issues have shot up in price like crazy, nuts.
So they're new comics then.
They're new comics. It's a fresh take on the old lore, and I like that.
That's cool.
It doesn't make you stop reading Batman. It doesn't change Batman. This is not the same Batman. It kind of has that freedom to kind of just play in the lore in a different kind of way, and I really, really like it. They got Superman, they got Green Lantern, they got Wonder Woman. It's you got all the DC, but it's not the DC that you know. It's a fresh new take, and I love stuff like that.
That sounds like something that's expensive but worth looking into.
Yes.
So that's I know about the Ultimate Universe, and there were some parts of that were good. The Black Panther, I didn't get into that because I don't really. The character's okay, but it's not anything I really, I was never like heavily into Black Panther or anything, so I skipped that one. And then with the Absolute, I was doing Flash and Green Lantern, but I don't hate them, but I stopped kind of getting those and just focused on Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman. But I might catch up sometime, but sometimes you skip them if you don't like the character. But then you feel like you got to read it because it's part of the universe. So that's how it's like. Well, maybe one day I will get Black Panther, but money's tight. I can't afford Black Panther right now.
Another book that's really cool. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
I was going to agree with Jeff on the Black Panther. The few occasions I collected Spider books in the 70s, and is the occasional Incredible Hulk and whatnot, and when Black Panther would make a guest appearance in one of those books, he was okay, and he got his own book. I don't know what point, probably mid 70s. He just wasn't that flashy as the other superheroes were.
Yeah.
But when they put him in the cinematic universe, they did him right. I mean, he's actually very, very cool.
I like the movies.
And it's a shame that the character who played him, passed away on cancer. There's another character actor that looks very similar to that man, who they could easily fold into that role. They don't want to do it, and I think it's just stupid to kill that. That's honorable to do for that actor. But bring that other actor. Don't kill the line just because your main actor, who was like ideal for the role, passed away. One of
They
the
may do
hardest
it now,
things,
though.
huh?
They may do it now with this. They're
I
doing a whole
I hope
universe
they
reset,
do.
so
It's worth it. It's a good idea. But the main problem with most of these creatures, these superheroes, is finding the right actor fit. The first Spider-Man, it was like it was like a detective TV show where he narrated the whole thing. It was terrible, but your actor looks like a dude who's in college age, which is what they put him in. But our hero is 16 in the original comic, so it didn't work. Then you get another guy. They put him in high school this time, but again, he looks like he's college age. But then he's 6'3" and skinny as a rail. Our superhero is like 5'6" and all of maybe $110 soaking wet. Now they have this new British fella. He's the perfect fit, and it took them that long to find the right. I mean, he's the right size, and when they showed the Civil War, where they show all the superheroes together, and Spider-Man is like this big, and Captain America is like that next to him. I'm like, they got the proportions right. And that's part of the problem. Is it's so hard to get someone who fits. They just pick a guy because he's a popular name at the time. They don't care if he even looks like the dude.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
They keep alienating the fans in the movies, which has been a huge problem. They've had a lot of missteps the last year, and they got this big Avengers Doomsday coming out next year, which is going to be interesting because I don't know if you saw it or not, but Robert Downey Jr. is back, but not as Iron Man, but as Dr. Doom. Yeah. So, and he's the villain. And then they're going to supposedly recast most of the universe.
How are they going to explain that, though? He looks like Iron Man. So isn't that kind of weird? I mean, they're just going to pretend he doesn't look like Iron Man.
Well, it's the MacGuffin. It's the multiverse thing that they're running. Yeah. So it's he's Tony in one universe, but he's not just like that's the new thing that they're doing. So which they kind of laid the groundwork with the Spider-Man movie with the 3 Spider-Man.
Okay, so, I understand what you mean. Well, the thing with Ultimate Universe, they're ending that now, which is not a good sign from Marvel. I've kind of moved away from Marvel a lot. I mean, I like some things like that new Hulk and Infernal Hulk by Philip Kennedy Johnson. That's really good. But they're ending Ultimate Universe. Like the last ones are coming out. And that can't be good to end it that soon. That doesn't seem like a good thing.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to ask you is the Joker in Absolute Batman. I know there's the Matt Fraction Batman that's actually doing pretty good. And they're on the 7th issue. It's not out. They're supposed to be doing some new weird stuff with Joker. And it appeared Joker was like in a cryo tank on the cover and looking really weird. I know in Absolute Batman, the Joker is a billionaire. And Bruce Wayne, I don't know if he's like a poor dude now, but
he's the crown bat of crime.
Yeah, he's Slumdog Batman. But anyway, the Joker is seems kind of like the It Clown or something. Like what's going on with that? I mean, what can you tell us about the Absolute Joker?
They made him really freakish. They totally changed him. The Joker has always, for all these years, been more than closely, I believe, based off of the with the movie The Man Who Laughs and that creepy grin, and it's more than a close resemblance, and they've always just kind of gone with that. And they've played with the Joker lore a few times. Alan Moore and Frank Miller especially kind of gave a little bit more depth and background to the Joker and stuff. But the Joker was he never was like a monster. He was at times, depending on who interpreted him, he'd be a little scary and a little like menacing, but still would have that kind of human element. And with Absolute, they're just they're making him like, I guess, for more or less like a monster.
Yeah, it's a psychopathic. Yeah, the thing is with the early versions of him, and even the first iteration of the Joker on television, Cesar Romero, I still think he's the best Joker ever. Period. He wasn't an aggressive fighter, and when he punched somebody, even Cesar Romero, when he would punch Batman, he'd be like, "Ow!" He would always hurt himself when he punched somebody. But he wasn't out to be like aggressive, like in the like a super villain. He would create situations that would be funny to him, but fatal to everyone else. So booby traps and that kind of thing, and then the movies they gave him, like he was like a devious chemical expert, Axis chemicals and whatnot, and he was able to. I don't know how that happened, but the chemicals he was dumped in turned him into the dude that he was, giving him, the ability to make that potion that made everybody die smiling. That's kind of that's kind of like more the extreme, but that was a practical joke that he played. If you buy the wrong products off the shelf, you're dead. And that's funny to him, but deadly to you. That is the Joker right there.
He's
not Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger really started the whole psychosis thing with the Joker, and I didn't really care for his performance of it.
Mark, did you get into those novels yet that take place in the Tim Burton Batman universe? There's 2 of them.
No, I'm dying to get into those. I am.
Yeah.
They're really Jason Miller, is it, or Miller? Or I have them. I just haven't read them yet. But
I've only done the first one, but not the comic books, and then the other stuff I haven't done yet. So
I'm familiar with the comics, but I need to read the books. But here's the thing with Joker and Absolute Batman: he's not even humanoid anymore. He reminds me of kind of like the thing from the games where he gets the drug and turns into some Beastie Hulk thing. I don't think it's the same thing. I don't know if you put the Arkham game.
Yeah, definitely like a Bane vibe. Absolutely, where Bane takes the venom and
clown dragon or something. That's like the It Clown met a dragon. He's like it's weird. Like he's like a monster, like quite literally now. And does he stay like that all the time, or does he shape?
Yeah. But see, that's the problem with the Joker is I think part of the success to Heath Ledger's interpretation is that even though there was some variance to everybody's interpretations, that was the first time they really went in a completely different direction with the character. And
I think they went a little too far north on that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but other than that, nobody's ever really done stuff like that with the Joker before. It's no matter what they did, even to a certain extent, Jared Leto's interpretation, they still all kind of have a little bit of, it's you see the person in the makeup, and no matter what they did, you still go, okay, green hair, white face, Joker, and obviously each person has their own kind of version. And then when you had Ledger, though, it was just night and day, completely different. So it's I have to imagine as a writer, there's got to be a serious challenge. How do you do something with the Joker and keep it fresh and different? And I guess that's why I at least understand it's the Joker's the least favorite part of the Absolute universe that I have, but that at the same time I understand and appreciate. It's like, well, what else are you going to do? Because what was it? Batman Beyond, they had like a freakish Joker as well, a little bit different. So it's
in the Batman Beyond, it was more like with the first Joker in the first Batman movie, where it was some sort of like either a cult thing or a brainwashing or mind washing thing, where it was like all these people throughout the cartoon all had like the Joker face masks and all. So it was the Joker was more of a gang, I guess you could say, because it wasn't just one individual. It's like it was more of a cult following kind of thing. It was really strange.
And
they took that from Frank Miller. Fresh take on it for sure.
Frank Miller, what? That's where the whole Joker collective thing came from?
Yeah, that's where that all came originally from, Frank Miller.
I was disappointed by I thought Joker was good with Joaquin Phoenix, but that second one, oh my God.
Oh, that was just like,
I can't believe
I haven't seen that one yet, so
I can't believe that dude made the G.G. Allen movie.
G.G. Allen.
You know what I'm talking about, Mark? G.G. Allen, the murder junkies, that crazy punk guy that eats his poop and cuts himself on stage and crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That dude that made Joker, Todd Phillips, made that documentary. I've only seen that documentary once with friends. I don't think I ever want to see it again.
I couldn't sit there, so you're braver than me. So, yeah.
They snuck it on me. Like, I didn't know who he was at all. So I was like, I had no clue who G.G. Allen was.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I'm watching it. Oh, the horror. I'll probably not watch it ever again. I don't even, I've never even listened to his music. It's not anything I really like. But definitely, I'm interested in the Matt Fraction Batman. What they do with Joker. He seems to be. Didn't he do Dark Patterns, that series too? Matt Fraction, and that did really good. So he's doing a whole new Batman series, and the next issue has Joker in a cryo tank or some kind of weirdness. I don't know what's.
And isn't Matt Fraction the guy that used to also be a government agent or something once before too? It was one of those writers was. I think it was Fraction, but I forget who. There's a guy that writes Batman that was like former CIA or something crazy like that. And I think it was Fraction.
Interesting. I have to look that up. But so what other titles? I've been keeping up with EC Comics. The stuff going on with that is really good. Those are good.
I love the EC revival. Definitely, I love that.
That's doing really good. Creep Show from Image. I always love those. That's doing good. I like those.
Have you ever seen Mark Spears' Monsters?
Yes, that I've been keeping up with that, and that is a pain in the ass to keep up with because those things go fast, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
but
just
he's so talented. It's just I love his artwork. It's just he's so insanely talented.
You ever read what's the one with the teddy bear? Beneath the Trees, The Rite of Spring, Patrick Horaff. That's Ani Press about this bear serial killer. She's like a bear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one too much, but
really
I'm bad about
Yeah, it's called Beneath the Trees. Anyway, it's a whole town of animals, and there's a serial killer, and it's like an animal situation, in a town. There's a snake person, a raccoon person, a possum, but the bear is killing people, and she's a girl, and she's a serial killer. It's really good. The guy just did it for that Battle KO. He did a cover of the bear putting a syringe in Joker's neck.
Ooh.
It's pretty cool, but anyway, anything else you've been keeping up with? What about High Strangeness? That's another one. Somehow Elijah Woods connected to that through Ani Press. That a comic called High Strangeness that seems to have some UFO and Men in Black elements to it.
Sounds like something Elijah would be interested in. He's actually been doing a lot of stuff that you wouldn't expect him to do, but he's been kind of been interesting with some of the stuff he's been involved in. I have to look that up though. I'm not familiar with that as well. So I'm falling behind here a little bit, I guess. But
look at High Strangeness. This one you want to check out at some point for sure. It's a new one. It's like there's only 5 issues of it, but so what's up in horror? I've been watching Spartacus House of Asher. It's cheesy trash, but worth the watch. It's got good reviews actually, but lots of boobies and gladiator fights. But but what's going on with horror? Anything in the confines of horror?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been doing the festival circuit. I've been kind of connecting with some really talented independent filmmakers. We're going to show a film that we showed at another festival called Grinners. Jared, the director, is really super talented guy. I think we're at an interesting time right now because you've got companies like A24 and Neon who are making some incredible movies that are not very expensive. You've got stuff like Long Legs, which I loved, even though there was a lot of hype behind it. I thought it was great. There was that Hugh Grant Mormon movie. Oh God, what's the name of it? I can't think of it right now. But the one where the Mormon, the girls come in to proselytize them, and then he traps them in the house. And then all the stuff with Oz Perkins. I'm very, very big fan of Oz Perkins. I think he's an amazing director. Although I did miss Keeper in theaters. I need to watch it on Amazon.
I need to see that too. Yeah. Keeper. I've seen all.
I love everything he does though.
And so wild that was he Anthony Perkins' son?
Yes, he is, and he looks a lot like him too. But yes, he's his son.
And I need to see Keeper. I have access to it. I just haven't watched it. But I tell you one that's been watching some comedies that are weird that I've enjoyed lately. First off, it's Florida Man. That's those are funny. Those are a lot of Johnny Knoxville's in there, and a lot of different actors playing crazy people from Florida doing stupid stuff. They're like 30 minutes. There's 2 seasons. They're funny. The Chair Company with Tim Robbins.
Oh, I've been wanting to see that. I saw that, the trailers and stuff of that. I want to see that.
It's weird and crazy. You ever see Friendship? That movie, Friendship, with him?
Yes. And then,
Yeah.
did you see Weapons, by the way?
Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, that was crazy as hell.
And now that director is making a new Resident Evil movie. Right now, he's shooting
Yeah. I can't believe that dude was part of that Whitest Kids We Know.
it.
That's the funny skit show. It's on Amazon right now, but they make fun of Hitler and stuff. And it's called The Whitest Kids We Know. And that's where that guy came from that. But yeah, that was crazy. I tell you, when I saw that surprised me. Let me think for a second. One Battle After Another. I enjoyed that with Leonardo DiCaprio by Thomas Anderson or whatever. And then Eddington. Eddington was crazy by Ari Aster, the Eddington movie.
Yeah, that's on my watch list. I haven't seen that yet. So I'm kind of upset with Joaquin after Joker too. So
yeah, that Ari Aster did Eddington. I finally watched it because I saw John Waters giving it props. It's kind of one of those that got mixed reviews, but it's actually really good. But One Battle After Another is good. It's long, but it's crazy. Benicio del Toro and Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a fun watch, but I need to watch The Phoenician still. I haven't seen that, but I'm working on it.
I haven't seen that either, and I like Benicio del Toro. I got like a whole list of stuff that I missed in theaters for one reason or another that I want to see. But I think that we're at a really good time right now where there's some really solid, not like large-scale horror films that they're just really, really well made. I think Neon and A24 are at the top of that. There's this trailer I just saw, and I can't think of the name of the movie, but it's like there's a girl and she's a podcaster and they're playing kind of like a thing on the records backwards, but they're running the audio files backwards, and there's all this like demonic stuff coming out of it, and that looked really interesting too. And that's a new one from A24. So yeah, there's a lot of good horror films that are coming. Then there's also I'm really interested, not a horror film, but did you see the trailer for the new Gore Verbinski movie that's coming out? It's like Have Fun, Don't Die, Good Luck, or something like that it's called. And Luke Wilson's from the future. I think it was Luke Wilson was in it.
Haven't seen that. I'll look it up.
It's really wild, and I'm like, that's something I want to see.
Did you see Heretic with Hugh Grant? That was weird.
That's what I was talking about, Heretic. That was the one I was meant before. Okay. The girls, the Mormon girls, yes. I really liked it.
That was crazy for sure. Really weird.
And that girl was in Companion, which was also great. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah,
that probably was another A24 with Dennis Quaid's kid.
I saw it. Lately, I've been doing a lot of Swinguli. Did I say his name right? I always mess up his name.
Svengoolie. Yeah, he's a local guy. Everybody loves Sven out here. So
he's on MeTV here in Florida. Thank God, I watch him every Saturday night.
We're in Svengoolie country here, so he's a major deal here.
Where do you know a lot about the history of all that there?
Yeah. Well, he's the son of Svengoolie. But when I was a kid, I grew up in Chicago. And I tortured my mother because way back when they had this deal where he was doing a 3D Creature from the Black Lagoon, and you had to go to like 7-Eleven to get the 3D glasses, and everybody ran out. And I made my poor mother drive all over town to find the 3D glasses so I could
Mark.
watch Svengoolie.
Look.
Oh.
Anika, yeah. That was really hard to find, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a lot of glare on the plastic there, but cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's one of those ones that shot up in price, unfortunately. But it's one of the better figures of him, that's for sure.
Is that by Spawn? Is it by Mike Farland Toys?
It's Nika.
Okay. I got a bunch of the Beatles Yellow Submarine McFarlane Toys figurines and still mint in card boxes.
Nice. I got those. I had the Impalers and all those from McFarlane in a box somewhere. Yeah. I need to check on them. Those are really crazy. But
amazing stuff. Yes.
You saw Friendship though with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd.
Yes. Yeah, I liked it. I like that because there's not a lot of stuff that's like that, and it's hard to kind of call that a specific genre, which I find kind of interesting. I like stuff that doesn't necessarily fit in a box, and it's kind of what I liked about it.
Not dark comedy, right? I mean, it's dark comedy. That's what I would.
Yeah, basically it's dark comedy.
I loved it. I want to see the Detroiters. I haven't seen it yet, And then he's in that. A friend's been telling me about it. There's only 2 seasons. Tim Robinson. Then I Think You Should Leave. I've seen a lot of those, but there's some I haven't.
Yeah.
But I like him.
What do
I
you
like
think? The trailer of the new Spielberg movie, by the way.
What is that? I don't. You have to tell me. I don't remember. What's it called?
It's called what is it? It's they use the disclosure.
Oh
date.
yeah, the alien one. The alien one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It looks weird. It looks like it's a hybrid situation. Like it's going to be about hybrids or something. Because it seems like there's the girl talking, and she starts talking in like some kind of alien gibberish, and the news station or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How about Pluribus? Have you seen that?
No, I need to see that. That's on my list too. I definitely want to.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really good. Basically, it's definitely. I don't think it's kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but a lot weirder and dark comedy. You know, it's like X-Files too, sort of. But I don't know what it's like. But the weirdest thing is, it's basically these aliens. They're one collective and take over everybody, and then there's certain individuals that didn't take over, and it gets really freaking weird. It's really good. Yeah. It's good. You got to see it for sure.
I am worried about the remake of the X-Files. I hope they don't completely bungle that. So
it's from the Sinners dude, isn't it? I mean, he seems to do.
He's doing it. He has talent, so I mean, we'll see. But I don't know that that's something they should be touching. But we'll see.
Mark is talking about Are you talking about my creepy shadow behind me that looks like Dracula in his armor?
Yeah,
that is a Cthulhu bank on a shelf. And it's a big green bank of Cthulhu from H.P. Lovecraft, and there's no money in it. But for some reason,
that's not true. It's Gary Oldman. He's got him tied up and stuffed in the back. It's
Gary Oldman here. Gary Oldman's in the house. That's his armor. But we feed the cats to it. But welcome to Derry was pretty good. I mean, there were some things.
Oh, I loved Welcome to Derry.
I
loved that. Been watching Fallout. And then I watched the rest of Stranger Things.
Fallout. I like Fallout. Like the ghoul, baby. That's who I love. The ghoul. Ghoul's the best part.
Yeah. Well, he's great. He's been great in like everything I've ever seen him in. He stole the show in Sons of Anarchy when he put the whole dress on and everything. Yeah. He's a really good actor.
I saw him in White Lotus. I've seen him in all the Danny McBride stuff. Mm-hmm. Love all that. I love Righteous Gemstones. That's do you see Righteous Gemstones?
Yes. Oh, and that's another show. Speaking of Danny McBride made me think of Aliens because he was in the Covenant movie. But did you see the Alien Earth show?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I mean, I didn't hate it. I don't understand. There was some criticism I understand about the alien pet thing. I mean, that doesn't really bother me, but I liked it. Saw the new Predator too, the Badlands. I like that.
I liked it too. I was a kind of a whole different, refreshing take. I think that's what they needed to do with that is because it's like they kept trying to do the same thing over and over again. It just wasn't working.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, I liked it, but I was like, I hope this dude hooks up with the other dude and makes Aliens versus Predator, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it might happen another way at some point.
They pushed a lot to Alien versus Predator in that movie. Though. William Tanny was like a huge presence, and I was like, man, they must be going towards something at least here with all that.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning or whatever, or whichever sister, she's like straight from Aliens, one of the android synths.
Oh yeah.
So she's from the corporation or whatever. I forget what it's called, but
Wayland Yutani.
Yeah, yep. Why does that sound like a Predator name almost? Like what's the Predator called?
Yautja.
Yeah. But I've kept up with some of the Marvel Predator stuff, but it seems like they're dropping the hat on some of it. The IDW Godzilla stuff, I've been trying to keep up with that. That gets crazy. They're doing good with that. Did a good job with Godzilla with IDW. I didn't get into the Marvel Godzilla stuff. I just can't.
Yeah, they had a heist one that was really good. I can't think of the name of it right now. That came out last year. It was like a heist.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Has Mecha Godzilla on there.
Mm-hmm.
But
it gets tough after a while to keep up with it because they keep putting so much stuff out.
One of the a crazy comedian I'd recommend on HBO that I really enjoyed. That's really different. Sarah Squirm, Live in the Flesh. It's on HBO.
Oh, right. I saw the ad for that. So that's good.
Yeah, it's really good. was really good. John Waters is there for some reason, but I like John Waters, but she gets crazy as hell. It's definitely a lot of theatrics and gore, and everybody leaves in blood, covered in blood at the end. Like, it gets crazy. It's not like anything else I've seen. That's for sure. I liked it.
Yeah.
But it's worth checking out. Definitely. I guess I don't know if that character's been around for a while, but I know she's from Saturday Night Live or whatever, but I didn't know. I guess her alias is Sarah Squirm. But there's weird stuff in it, like what does it sound like if an auctioneer goes down on you? And she does stuff like that. And then what else? She sews wounds, and you have to guess what kind of wound it is and stuff. Like, it gets weird. There's a lot of claymation and stuff in it. John Waters is in it. So yeah, it's worth checking out for sure.
Oh, cool.
And then they showed the people who left it at the end. They were covered in blood. So it's kind of like a Gallagher weird thing, but
the other thing I've been super into lately is I've been getting I got a 4K player, and I've been getting all these 4K upgrades of all these old movies and seeing them kind of like in a new kind of way. Some of them just it's for some movies it's been really cool. I'm still waiting to get the Nightmare on Elm Streets, but I got all the Halloween films. I got a bunch of the Friday the 13th that came out, and it's so interesting to see them so refined and clear, and like it never looked like that when it came out. So it's interesting.
what have you been watching on there? Anything else? You just told. Oh, I know one I saw that I'd recommend, Deathstalker, the remake. That was actually really good.
Okay, because that's on my list, and but I just ordered next month. I think it's like next month or the month after. They have a 4K transfer finally for it's not a horror film, but Excalibur is coming out. 4K from Arrow, nice. And I'm like, I must have that. That's just, I gotta have it.
That's I just my favorite movie of all time. I love that movie.
And it's like 4K, just please, thank you. Let me see this. Now I want to see this thing. It's going to be clean and it's going to look beautiful probably. They did a 4K, it's a little flawed, but the movie itself is flawed, of another movie that's kind of a guilty pleasure called The Keep, Michael Mann. Do you remember that movie at all, or do you know what that movie is?
The Nazis from Paul Wilson or something?
It's it's a Gollum movie, but it's got Gabriel Byrne, Jorgen Prochnow, Ian McKellen's in it. Scott Glenn.
What's the movie called?
It's called The Keep. Michael Mann has kind of like denounced it, and they butchered the movie when they made it, and they did all kinds of edits, and they lost all of the cut footage. So it's a little hacked, but it's still kind of like this.
That's the one with the Nazis,
vintage,
right?
Yeah,
and they're Nazis.
Yes. Gabriel Byrne is
why'd you say Gollum movie? That's what threw me off. You said, so are you talking about the new Gollum movie? I thought you meant
yeah, not Gollum.
Okay. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, I want to get that book. I've been eyeballing the book of that. I've never read it. I want to read it, but I want to see the movie again too. I've seen it, but it's been a long time. But
Deathstalker, that Tangerine Dream soundtrack, which I love. But Deathstalker's good.
Deathstalker's really good. The creatures are amazing in it. But here's another one that the same dude made, Frankie Frico. It's on Prime.
I want to see that. That's on Prime. I want to see that.
Yeah, it's on Prime right now. And it's about these little gnome trolls that come to your house if you call a 976 number, and they trash your house and kill you. It's got a lot of puppets and stuff. Puppets. And he also did Psycho Gorman. I don't know what else he's done, but
I love Psycho Gorman. That's kind of fun. The girl's a little annoying, but I liked it.
Did he do The Void, or was that somebody else?
He did. I think that is the same guy as The Void. I believe so.
I'd have to look.
I believe it is.
So, but Frankie Frico, you got to put that on your radar. It's really weird. It's on Amazon right now, but that Deathstalker is good. The creatures were really good. I don't know who that dude was in it. He did a good job though.
That's I think his name's Daniel Bernhardt. He's you've seen him in everything. He's been around for years and years. Albert Pune used him in the Bloodsport movies, and then they used him in all the John Wick movies. He's friends with Dave Bautista. He does every Bautista movie you've ever seen. He's been around for a long time. He's a stuntman mostly, but he's a really cool guy. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to see it too, is I like him. So.
Yeah, you got to see it for sure. Cats are bothering my mom in the kitchen. So, but anyway, You got about how's your cats doing? You got your cat still?
Oh yeah, he's living the life up here.
You heard any
Got to see his
comments
first.
lately?
No, he's seen his first snowstorm last year, so that was new for him because he was a Vegas cat and he had to get used to winter and everything, which he doesn't know from. But yeah, he likes it up here. And then now that I'm around my family, I have all these people to come and spoil him and give him attention, which he loves. So he's doing good.
I had two cats that I brought up from Georgia who had never seen from snow. And so like the first year we were up, we were in my, before I got my own place, I was staying at my parents' house and it was wintertime. And my one cat was a Maine Coon that they're built for the snow. And we got like a 2-foot snow and she wanted to go out. So like, okay, I let her out. And the other cat was like just a Siamese mutt. But he saw the black cat out there, pouncing around in the snow. He's like, oh, I want to go out there too. I'm like, okay. So I opened the door and a blast of cold wind hit him in his face. He went, I mean, the cat never had the F word. This cat said spat and ran off.
Yeah. It was an experience too getting him up here because my cat likes to eat. He's not a Maine Coon, but he is 22 pounds. He's very
Maine Coons are foodies though, for sure.
Yeah, and he kind of almost didn't fit under the thing, but I paid off the travel the person in the front, the gate agent, to let me sneak him in, and then he did not like the airplane. He screamed the whole flight. I gave him drugs, didn't do a thing. He screamed the whole plane ride until he got into my my parents' car. And my mom looks and she says, "The cat dead?" I go, "No, he's just happy to be off the plane." So I felt guilty because here I am, like it's like with the screaming baby, it was a screaming cat the whole plane ride to Chicago. So
I'm reading some news right now. Russia hits Kyiv with hypersonic missile in retaliation for drone attack. Trump announces strikes on cartels in Mexico. You think he's going to take over Mexico next? He don't like that president, that's for sure.
No, I mean, I don't.
He does not.
Well, yeah, now. I mean, I didn't think it was going to happen before. One of my friends from my job said that he thought that Trump was going to at some point take over the world and do all this and that and the other thing. And Venezuela's the first attempt at that. He said it. I thought he was. I didn't think he said anything about Mexico. I thought he was going to go after Colombia next.
Here's the thing that's interesting too, is one thing I had expected with all of their bravado and everything, which is an interesting thing that happened. When Trump brought ICE in the military in here, they did not meet any realistic resistance from the gangs. Now, we have an area in Chicago, Logan Square, which is heavily linked to MS-13, Tren de Agua, all those bad guys. A lot of it funnels through the guy that they, I can't think of his name right now, that they caught in the U.S. He was in Logan Square, El Chapo. And, man, they did not put any real, like, I thought, like, based on what they were talking on the internet, there was going to be like a bloodbath, and there was like just nothing. So I'm curious, because the whole conversation piece is, what would the resistance be from the cartels? And I've seen like some of the stuff that happens down there, but at the same time, they've had access to these ICE agents up here, and nothing happened at all. Like nobody stopped them. Like none of these guys, no cartel linked people. Like there was never any. I thought for sure there was going to be some kind of a conflict, and never happened.
Have you seen that weird picture where Trump and Bill Clinton are together, and it looks like he's patting Bill Clinton on the penis in a boat or something? I don't know if that's what he's actually doing, but it looks kind of weird. Like he's like right in front of his penis. But they used to hang out, so it wouldn't surprise if him and Epstein were running tag teams on kids. But I wouldn't rule it out.
Trump was a Democrat. He started off running around with this guy, so it's not surprising that you see some.
I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule it out, unfortunately. What about these dudes hunting people for sport? I think they do that. I think they do. I saw some weird video recently. Some lady was on TikTok, and she claimed that me and Christina are watching Monsterland. It's a anthology show on Hulu. It's actually pretty good. Each episode's a different horror story, and it's worth checking out, called Monsterland. But anyway, there's a mermaid episode. But anyway, some lady was saying on TikTok, and she was dead serious, and who knows, it could be BS. but she's saying she knew someone that was a fisherman that would go out into the ocean, and he was doing fishing for a charter or whatever, to get fish or whatever they do out there for seafood. And he went into a part of the boat, and there were mermaids in there, and they weren't like, apparently they weren't like sexy, whatever. They were ugly, and they were really like creepy. And apparently he found out, and I'm not saying this is true, but it's definitely weird and kind of creepy, that these rich people have dinners and eat them because in Japan folklore, supposedly you get immortality from eating them. And there was like a whole lot of videos about it. And there have been some weird paranormal, like, I don't know if it's considered paranormal, but where some fishermen see really weird stuff that seems kind of like something in the ocean that seems mermaidish. I'm not like a Playboy bunny mermaid, but like something that's weird like that.
There's some more stuff in the ocean we don't know about than there is stuff on the land that we do.
Do rich people eat mermaids? I don't know. We got about we end at 5 till. So anything else, Mark, you want to talk about? We end at 5 till. Make sure we covered everything. Anything else in there? In that Eskimo coat? Are you okay, Mark? Can you hear us? Can Mark hear us? Can you hear me, Jay?
Can you hear us, Mark?
There may be an audio issue or something.
I had an audio issue. I fixed it. Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
There's so much going on in the ocean that there's no. I think it's like we're probably exploring space more than we have our own oceans.
Definitely the UFO thing. I definitely believe there's some bases down there or something.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yep. Besides, you're blacked out. You're completely blacked out. But I mean, that's
I'll
okay.
fix that right now. Here, okay. I was just having a weird audio issue. Yeah,
Okay.
I was saying before, was my phone decided to protest on me. I think that we've explored space more than we have our own oceans right now. I mean, there's so much going on there. There's so much potential for UAP or UFO, whatever we're going to call it, activity that we don't even fully understand coming from the oceans and stuff. We just don't know what's in there still.
You're still muted, Jeff.
While I'm thinking of it, Jay, you can get to these shows through StreamYard anytime without me sending the link to you, right?
Yes.
Okay, because next week I'm banned on Facebook for 7 days for sharing GoFundMe. They treated me like a fisher for sending my GoFundMe to 15 people in Messenger, so I can't send Messenger messages.
And that got you a ban?
It got me a ban from sending messages. And yep. Here's the thing too. GoFundMe hooks up to Facebook Messenger and lets you share through GoFundMe to Facebook Messenger. So they basically treated me like I'm a Nigerian trying to fish people, and there's no way to contact them. And when you call their number, it's busy.
Actually, Nigeria is out, Somalia is in, so it's a Somalian pirate. Yeah.
But
Church of Mabus Daycare Center. Yeah.
Need to look into it.
Church of Mabus Leering Center.
Get some extra bucks. But everybody, make sure you check out our channel on Rumble. We've been getting some big hits there, buddy. We got hits that are crazy there. Basically, if you go to Follow Your Weird 777 or just type in Church of Mabus on Rumble, we got shows on there hitting 100,000 hits.
Holy shit.
100,000 hits on Rumble. So that's what's going on Rumble, baby. But basically, that's what I've been doing is I put these with my political posts at my job. I have to do political posts for a job, so I put these videos under them. So it drives the traffic to them. But it's very tricksterish, but it worked. Problem is you don't get paid that much. I'm swear I'm only making $200 or $300 on Rumble a month from that, and you would think it'd be a lot more, but it's weird because if you put it as a second video, you get less money. So I've been trying to figure out how to put it as a first video when you embed them and stuff, but we're working on it. But look at the hits there. It's insane. I'm going to get this one up tonight I'm uploading this to Rumble, and I'll be sharing it at my job, and I'm going to try to get this one up to 100. Every one I do, I've been getting up to 100,000. So we're going live, baby. You got any links, Mark? Got anything else?
Yeah, if they go to the website, I have tickets for sale at deadwalkent.com. That's DEADWALKENT.com. That's Deadwalk Entertainment. We got the tickets. I'll be putting up some custom retail stuff and some other things. All my other projects will be on that website. I am not on social media, but my partner has a social media account. I've been off of Facebook since I left Vegas. So,
what made you leave that? Just some of the business crap you're going through?
Yeah, and it's just
it's horrible now on there with that murder and stuff.
I was really depressed. I was not happy. I was having a really hard time. And it was like, I'm going to get myself in trouble if I don't, number one, get off social media. Number two, I got to go home and be with my family. And I just hit the reset button and I came up here. And it was probably the best thing I did. So
the worst thing on there right now is there's like pro-ICE people gloating that this chick got shot. And
I know.
That's just wrong. Yeah.
I'm talking about pure
but
gloating that they're glad. It seems like they're happy about it. Like it's sick. And I know both sides got some sick things, but that's just nauseates me. But it's disgusting. But anywho,
nature of the beast, human people.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah,
but
yes,
anyway,
we do.
Try to keep up with Spawn, man. That's hard to do. I can't do it no more. So much.
Well, there's not just Spawn anymore. There's medieval Spawn. There's
too many. I'm trying to keep up with the westerns. I like those.
Spawn's got nothing on Spider-Man. You seen the amount of Spider-Man crap that's out there? I mean, there's Spider everywhere. I mean, there's Spider Gwen, Spider Stacy, Spider MJ, Spider Morales. I mean,
Ghost Spider, yes.
Yeah, Spider Pig.
Jimmy Palmotta's doing Deadly Tales of Spawn of the Gunslinger one. So I like him from Jonah Hex. I'm a big Jonah Hex.
Yeah, and I do like the Gunslinger Spawn. That's a really neat one.
They're saying they may bring back Jonah Hex. Gunn wants to do something with Jonah Hex to make up for that dumb movie, which
who was in that? Megan Fox?
Yeah, Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin and Megan Fox,
I need to watch it again. I can't even remember. I may have just skipped it because I was so bummed by the reviews. It was like a 19 or something. But I probably saw it. I just don't remember. But I love Weird West stuff. It's hard to find, but you can find it sometimes. The Weird West, that's a rising genre for sure.
Like Joe R. Lansdale stuff is just great.
Yeah. Did you ever see the Jonah Hex stuff from him? That stuff's so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Truman and him. Yeah, I have a tattoo of that. Looks like crap. That's an alien. There it is. That's the cover from some biker probably on meth 20 years ago. Here's an alien I did from a guy with a mohawk, and all I remember is, you want horns on that? And I was like, okay.
Okay.
Those are I haven't had a tattoo in a long time, but those are old. Here's my best one, though, my Dracula. I'll show it if I can. It's kind of hard to see, but turn on this light. Same artist.
We're seeing this shirt, but yeah, there you go. Okay.
This dumb crap I did when my dad died and got in drugs. Same guy did this one.
Yeah, that's cool.
I can't show it, but I have Bela Lugosi Dracula in the back of my head now.
That's cool.
How's that even possible? His face or like?
Yeah, no, I got the logo with like the bat, like wings, and then the head, and then it says Lugosi. And my mother was really happy when she saw that one too. But yeah, no, I got it. It's on the back of my head. So
you have to keep it shaved to view it.
But I have almost no hair left anyways. It's a little bit
I understand.
So I'm bald, why not?
I usually shave, but lately I just haven't cared. But I need to. It's soon. It'll happen soon. I love the new Nosferatu.
Yeah, Eggers is it's interesting. I'm curious if he's going to try to do any more.
Doing Labyrinth, a Labyrinth prequel.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, if he's doing a Labyrinth, he's doing a werewolf movie called Werewolf with like a W. Wolf is
Oh
a
yeah, I
good-
did hear about that one. I was really interested in as well.
He's really
Yeah.
good. I like Northman. I like Lighthouse and Witch. They're all he does good compared to the crap we have. I mean, he's pretty damn good. Some good stuff.
Yeah, and it's different, and it's really neat to see. Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, the chair company's really weird. You got to check it out. It's really weird. There's definitely some weird sex stuff in it. Like there's some guy that watches porn all the time, and they show these funny like porn scenes that are crazy. But it's really weird. I like that guy because he's like neurotic and seems like he's mentally ill, which he may be, and he's just embraces it.
Yeah, I like weird. I've been meaning to see that movie Begonia. I didn't get to see that yet, but
Oh yeah, I need to watch that. I was told I need to see that. Another one, Mickey 17. I haven't seen it. I was told that
I
was
saw
a good.
that. That was interesting. Yeah.
I want to see that. And Addington, that's one to see for sure. If you want something weird, that's just like what the hell. And then you see Bo is Afraid. That was really weird. I still don't know what the
I
hell
did see
happened.
Bo was Afraid. That was an unusual one. Yeah.
Kind of made me a lot of his movies kind of make me sick. Addington didn't as much, not in a bad way, just kind of like nauseated afterwards. The Hereditary, definitely I felt sick after that.
Yeah.
Midsummer, and I'm someone that's
Oh yeah, Midsummer. Yeah.
I like the Terrifier movies, but they're a bit much as far as I
thought
like
the
them.
last one went a little. I mean, I'm at a prude and I do like it. It's just at a certain point in time, I don't know what the gore is any longer necessary. But
yeah, it's a little too much. I like David. David's on my Facebook. He comes stops by and man, he hates Trump. He goes crazy. Terrifier Clown does not like Trump. But anyway, he I like them, but they're kind of hard to watch. I mean, some of the gore is just over.
David's great. They went after David like hard about the Trump thing for a while. Like they were threatening not to like get his autographs at conventions and stuff. It was crazy what was going on with that.
Because he don't like Trump.
They went after him hard on the internet, like for like a while. Like when I was slowly getting off the internet and I was getting off Facebook, they were just blasting him. And I was just like, okay, whatever.
He's blasting. He's got bazookas out right now about the ice. He's just going crazy. But he stopped by my page and talked smack about Trump. So that's kind of cool. And Terrified Clown stops by your page. I'm interested in. I want to get those novelizations of Terrifier. I haven't had a chance. I saw there's a Sutter Kane novelization. I don't know how good that is. Did you see that? It's on Amazon. It's like it's the book. It's called Sutter Kane, and I don't know if it's in the Mouth of Mouths. Just put Sutter Kane. It's on Amazon, and I'm not sure exactly. It's a book, and it's got good reviews. And I don't know much about it, but I need to get it.
That's another movie that they have a new
it's like Rope
of that I want to get. They have like a really good cut of it that just came out.
The book is like Sutter Kane wrote it. That's who the author, but maybe I guess there's a real author. I'd have to really look, but it's on there.
I'll check it out. I did not know that existed.
Oh, look, Kit Kat.
Yep. This one is can't even see her eyes. There they are.
I don't have any of my gibbies in here.
This one is very close to me. She is always around. And the other cats pick on her because she's black, I think. They're mean. They're racist.
We got 6. We got 2 black kitties, 2 orange kitties, and 2 Russian blue kitties.
Wow. Pussy galore, baby. You got pussy riot up there. But
I have one. He doesn't allow any other cats in the house. He wants to be the sole center of attention.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. It's been a great show. Good way to kick off the apocalypse this year, and we appreciate it. Give us that link again.
It's Deadwalk, DeadWalkEnt.com, and if you come check it out, I'm going to be adding a bunch more to the website over the weekend as well. But we got the tickets up for the Hollywood event. If you're in Hollywood, would love to see you. And thanks again for having me. Great to talk to you and see you again. I know it's been a bit, so I'm glad to be back on here. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care. Take care, man, and stay safe out there. We'll talk at you later.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. All right, everybody, listen to churchofmabusradio.com. You listen to United Public Radio 107.7 FM New Orleans. Hopefully next time you see me, I'll be trimmed Yeti. And next week is, man, how am I already? Oh, Bobby Nash, Kolchak show, the show.
Kolchak, the Night Stalker. You got a
whole
book?
show. So he's part of a book that's coming out from Monstrous.
Oh, it's coming out.
book.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. It may be out.
I thought you were reaching for a book to show.
No, oh no, I was just scratching my bald head. But anyway, the book is it was on Kickstarter, but I think it's out now. But anyway, same place is putting out a Creep Show comic graphic novel and a Weird Tales graphic novel. That's going to be cool. All right, everybody, have a good weekend. See you next week for Kolchak. Good night, everybody.